Well, I'm at step 1 in creating prayer chains. Now, I haven't shown you what they are yet, but you're going to be amazed, and you can do it yourself. I'm actually in my backyard at the river. As you can see behind me, there's a big river flowing through, and there are a ton of rocks. And because this is a rock chain or a rain chain, I need rocks. So I've already started collecting them. You can actually collect them around your own house. So you can pick up, flat rocks, something like this, just a flat rock, and you can use that. The other one you want to use are longer rocks, they're like long, because then you can tie the wire around them very easily without having to cut them or anything. So I'm going to show you how to do both ways. But I wanted to give you a little bit of something to do that you can do with your family, your kids, about with anything you have around the house. And I'm going to be showing you as well old pieces of jewelry that I had and how I assemble all this together. But I wanted to just show you this lovely backyard of mine and how we are going to use the nature that God created for us to create some wonderful crafts. I'll be back soon. Okay, so now we are going to be putting together a rain chain, but I'm going to show you some of the materials before we get started. The first thing you want to do is get a couple of tools, and these are jewelry making tools, because you're going to want to cut wire. You're going to want to twist and crimp some wire down. A lot of it's done twisting with your fingers, but you still need these tools to finish off some of those ends. You notice I have an array of supplies here. One of the things that I have is this 20 gauge wire I got at Ace Hardware. It's just dark annealed. It doesn't have to be fancy wire because it's going to be outside. I hang most of my stuff outside, and I'll show you in a little while what that looks like. This wire is very interesting. Matter of fact, I have some more. I have some orange as well. And these came from the dollar store. You get a set of 4, 2 red and 2 black. And I use these, and I'll show you how I use those in my project. This right here is called dead soft wire. It's 20 gauge, and it's like, it's like string. It's actually pretty good to wrap with. The only bad thing is that you can't wrap it too much because it could tend to break. And you only want to use it for smaller projects. This is a small project. Now my larger projects have rocks like this, big rocks. And if you take a look at this rock, you'll see that I had cut a wedge. Now I'm going to be doing a technique today that's just using a regular rock without these wedges. I wanted to show you what those look like. And I use them on the bigger rocks, and I use it with a heavy duty wire. Some wire that just, hurts my hands if I do too much. So I like to work on the smaller projects, but every now and then I'll work on a big project. Those are my big rocks. This one's kind of a medium because it's flat, and it's, it's not real big. It's like that size. I can use that in this project, and it's not real heavy. So you'll notice I have a stick. This is just a piece of driftwood. It's something I found in the driveway. And some of these rocks I found in the driveway. I do have a river, and you'll see it from the beginning of the program, that I picked up a lot of these rocks out of the river. And this one's really cool looking. Look at that. Wow, that's beautiful. So you can find all kinds of rocks. This right here is sea glass. I bought it at the dollar store, okay? So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna make do a couple of different ways I use with my wire, and I'm going to just create it, and then I'm going to finish it up. So I think this is something you can all do as a family, and I am looking forward to seeing what yours looks like. Please let me know. Post it, share it with me, and all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push these out of the way, because I start from the bottom and I go up. So I like to put a bigger rock at the bottom. I don't know, it's just what I like to do. And even though I have them all here, I don't know which order I'm going to do until I get started. So what I like to do is get started with a heavy duty wire. You can use anything you like, but I'm going to use this And it comes in silver too, so you can use it. Now I have a measuring, and I think I had a ruler here at one time, and I think this is like a ruler. Okay, so this is about 12 inches. I like to use 12 inches of my stuff. I eyeball it mostly. And then I cut this. Okay, so I have one piece now. And I just simply bend it in half like this. I hope it's long enough. I might have made it too small. And because I'm going to hang something on the bottom, I'm just going to do this little fancy little thing at the bottom. I'm just going to twist. Okay? See, you don't even have to use a tool because some of the stuff you can just twist. Now, I have arthritis, and still I can do this. So I make myself do stuff. All right, so this rock has a groove, so I don't think it's going to fall out, and it looks like it's got a groove up here. So I want that to sit in that area, and then just bring it up together and twist. Now, the only time you really want to use your tool is needle nose plier, is to put it close to that and then twist it against the rock. Okay, you can't do it with the dead soft. It'll break. Okay, just do it with this heavy duty rock. This is kind of the heaviest rock I'm going to use. And again, I can, you know, think about writing something across it when I'm done, or even before you do it, have your children make pictures or draw something. I'm going to straighten that hoop at the bottom. Now here's a really cool feature. I'm just going to show you a bunch of little techniques to make it kind of fun. You take this kind of plier, it's kind of flat on top, and you just twist. And it makes a whoa, isn't that cute? And not only that, it actually tightens up your wire on top and bottom. Turn it around and do the same thing. That just looks really cool, I think. Now, this is kind of plain to me, so I am going to actually use one of my cool embellishments. And I made several embellishments with beads. And all you do is you take you can actually use a regular old wire. Let me show you that real quickly. I think just telling you is one thing, but actually having you do it is another. And I'm going to use this dead soft wire, and I'm going to cut off just 2 inches, let's say. Okay, and you take these needle nose pliers and just do a little loop, maybe a double loop, because I like to make it double like that, and then straighten it up. So you have this, it's almost like a pinhead. Okay, you can make it fancy. You can actually use the pinheads if you have them in your jewelry material stuff. And so what I want to do is I want to take this bead, put it on there, and then you just hold this like this with the needle nose and push. Okay, then you hold it here and then push it over, and you keep turning and pushing, turning and pushing and turning and pushing, so that it makes a circle. So, and if it doesn't make a complete good circle, you just keep spinning like that. See, now you got your circle. Then you hold this and you wrap. Yep. Look how fast that was. You can sit and make hundreds of these. Use them for necklaces. You can use them for earrings. Isn't that pretty to make an earring with? So that's how you make an embellishment. And so I'm going to just put it right on here. Cool. Look at that. It's going to hang. And then to keep it secure, I just put a little twist. So it's like, oh. Now it has another little hook here. I could probably hang something there that I made, but nope, I don't want to. I like it like that. And now I want to continue to finish this off, and I'm going to add a couple of beads here. And then you put it like that, and then twist it in. And they don't really sit next to each other, and it's kind of cool because it gives them a little different look. See how they kind of go sideways like that a little bit? And then now I have a little bit of this left up here. This is what I want to use to make my hook. Now, if I have a lot, if I have enough, I would use this, put it over and twist it, but I don't have enough. When I don't have enough, all I do is I take my needle nose and I twist in and make its own little hook. Like that. Now that piece is too long. hold on to it and clip, because I was making stuff and I was just clipping and this stuff was flying all over the house, and one ended up in my foot and it took over a week to get it out. It just wouldn't get out. I don't know. I tell you the truth. So isn't that cute already? We're getting things rolling. Now what I want to do is I want to add my embellishment on the bottom. This is Easter. So I guess this would be a really, really good thing to hang at the bottom. I think so. Wouldn't you think? So I am going to make a loop, like a connector, out of a piece of wire about an inch long. Okay. And the way you can do these, and there's really a neat thing, is you take a round pencil. Don't get one with, you know, the square one, but a round one, and you simply twist the wire around the pencil like that. And if you want to make a lot, you just keep twisting, and then you just cut at the end of that one spot. Catch your clippings there, and see, it made a perfectly round circle. Not perfectly round. Now it's perfectly round. Okay, so I just twist it, open this up, put it on there, and I like to make sure it's really in there good, so I do like a double twist on it. So I pull it in and it'll overlap it a little bit like that. I don't like to just do it to the end. For some reason they like to fall out of that crack. Okay. I'm trying to stay in the camera light because I can't see through the camera. I'm just kind of playing it by ear here. Alrighty now. Let's take dead soft wire. About 12 inches of this. Now, also, if you use real thin wire, just double it up. Matter of fact, let's do it this time. I'm going to show you another technique on how to add a rock that is long. Okay? So, we're going to put this rock on it. It's kind of long. Here's a really long one. We'll use that one as well. I don't know. Is that too big? Maybe that's too big. I'll put this rock here. What you do is you just put these two together to the same size, about 12 inches long, maybe a little longer because it depends on the size of the rock. You want to make sure it gets around it. And you twist it, twisty, not a lot, just enough, maybe an inch. Because you want to be able to, you don't want this twist to go way over here or way over here. You want it to kind of be close to the middle. So that's a perfect twist. All right, so that's how long you're going to make the twist for that. What you're going to do now is take that twist and bend up what you just made and poke it through this hole. And then twist. Whoops, I got tangled in there. And then just twist these. This dead soft wire is so soft, it's like working with string. Okay, so again, you don't want to twist too much. You just want to twist just a little bit. Okay, so now we have this going on either side. Now you want to put a little spacer here. You can twist, or you can add some kind of embellishment. So I'm going to use this as my spacer, and these are long beads, and I'm using these as my spacers. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's got to kind of have a color motif. Then you put your rock here, right? Let's move these up first so we can get them in there, okay? Like that. Then you put your rock in here, bring these up, and twist on the top. Okay. Twisty, twisty, twisty. You do the same thing on this other side. Boy, this stuff's so soft it just gets tangled up in my hands. Okie dokie. So like I said, you use a variety of wires. Any kind of style works. My husband brought up this very heavy duty wire. I couldn't even twist it. I said, nope, that's too thick. So then I just twist the two wires together on the top. Let's see how this rock looks now. Okay, so it's in there. It's kind of off-centered, so I have to move it over a little bit. Give it a little bit of something here. Push it. There. There we go. You got to play with it a little bit. Okay, that's how you put a rock, long rock, with using, you know, 2 pieces of wire. It makes 4 sticking out the top when you're done. So make sure you twist that up all the way, because we're going to use this and hang it. I'll see, it's already coming out. Let me see. Yeah, it's already coming out. Let's get that back in there. So sometimes you really got to work with it and push it in there and everything. The other thing you want to do, you think about it, is tighten up your wire, but don't twist. How you tighten it up, and I did it here, is I'm going to do it here because it's going to help. I just twist this like that, and it tightens the wire. It also tightens the wire so that it makes it a nice, holds onto the rock better. See, now it's in there. See, loosey-goosey don't work. You want to make sure it's tight. All right, now let's take this washer and you just put it in and bend it over and then bring it down. And this is such a soft wire, you can just twist with your fingers all the way around. And then at the very end, so I don't poke myself, I use something to flatten it out. Those of you who make jewelry know what I'm talking about. So, oops, we have a little wire sticking out the back there that's kind of a haywire. All right, so we got that. Just make sure there's nothing sticking out. You can just crimp it however you want. There's no rhyme or reason. You see how we're doing this now? So let's take a look at a piece of stick. Okay, so here's just a piece of stick, and let's add that. I am going to use my dollar store wire. I'm going to make it's going to be pretty on there. So I'm going to use 2 of these. I like to use 2 of my dollar store wires. And then I'm going to fold it in half and cut it. You don't have to cut it if you don't want to, but I do, because I'm going to make the 2 different, I'm going to use the 2 different like I did here for my stick. I've done it to where you just wrap in the middle, but the stick falls out. So again, here's a tool. Here's an idea. Let's say your rock does slide out. Just get some E6000 glue. Put a little bit like here on top or wherever there's a connector. Just a dot, because it will stick forever and it withholds in the weather. Okay, so now you make the twisty. And we put it in here. And again, we're going to do this big twist thing on the top. Twist, twist, twist. As high as you want to go, pretty much. Okay. Now I want to add some more beads. You know, beads, beads. So I like to put some beads on the end here. Shove it in there. There's one on one side. You can actually put, if you have a big enough hole, you can put all 4 down, you know. But sometimes I don't have big enough holes, so I use 2 sides. Use my 2 beads on both sides. Okay, so I got 2 different beads here, and I'm just going to put 2. That's all. You can do 4, you can do 6, you can do as many as you want to. But I'm doing that because I want to show you how I do my stick. I need enough to work with for my stick. The thing is, your project changes depending on how much wire you have. So I do have some wire here to work with my stick. So I'm just going to twist this a little bit here on this side. See, last time I used these. This time I'm just going to twist. And twist on this side. Again, this is Easter Sunday, and when I air it, it's not going to be Easter anymore. It's going to be past the Easter time. But we still need to celebrate every day the resurrection of Jesus, because without him, boy, I don't know how anybody can live without the Lord today with what everything's going on. I'll tell you, I stay in faith, I stay in joy, I stay in peace. I couldn't do it without God. And he helps me to create. He helps me to enjoy where I am at. I am in my home. I'm not going anywhere. I did go to the Ace Hardware up the street and got some wire because I didn't have any, but everything else I had, all the embellishments, the beads, the rocks, the sticks. So now, isn't that amazing? That is so cute. You know, one thing I could have done was, while I was wrapping up, I could have put an embellishment on each side and had it hang off that stick. I didn't think ahead of time, but that's okay. I'll do it next time. So you just kind of do it as you go, and then you twist these together. And I'm going to twist, twist, twist. And I have just a little bit left up here. So I'm going to use one of these really thin washers. Put it in there. Bend it down and twist around. So I want to put this rock here. Then I'm going to put this. Ooh, isn't that cool? Now, this sea glass actually is faded. It's kind of foggy. You can shine it up by using a little bit of Vaseline, shining it up. Then it still goes back to this eventually, but if you want to shine it up for a minute, it'll work for a minute. All right, I really like this embellishment. I might put that there. Hang it right in the front like that somehow. Okay, like I said, everything's a work in progress. I just kind of go as I go. So I'm going to use a black wire this time. I like variety of color in the wire. And so I made a little longer than 12 inches because I really need a lot of space to go around this round rock. So then I put this in here. Let's see. Is there anything I want to hang in here? You know what I really like is I really like putting a little teeny tiny bead hanging in this circle. And I made some. Hold on a minute. Okay. And a baby one. Let's see. Here's one. Okay, so I had to take a minute there and find my bead. Look how tiny this one is. The interesting thing about this one is I bought these like that. They were already made, so I didn't have to make them. But you can make your own, like I showed you when we did this one over here. So, all right, so now I want to do is, before I get anywhere farther, I want to put this on here and hang it. See how cute that is? Hang it right in the middle of that circle. And if I do a little bit of a cinch, not too much because I want it to be loose so I can hang and dangle and all that, but make sure that it's straight. And twist, twist, twist. So look, and it's gonna hang like this. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let that do its thing right now. Okay, now I'm gonna take this wire and I'm only gonna use one strand on each side. Okay, and then I'm going to twist up here. Again, to keep it in place, if you don't want, it's kind of loosey-goosey right now, is you'll want to make sure you find any kind of roughness on each side, and that's where you want to position it. In this case, the rock is pretty smooth, so I'm going to tighten it up on each side on the bottom. Make sure you go the right way of that twist. I've done, oops, I see I went the wrong way. Okay, go the other way on that twist. Don't do it too hard on the dead soft wire because it will break. Okay, now it's still pretty loose, so I need to tighten it up a little bit more. If you're using the heavy duty wire, you can twist to your heart's content. It's probably the best to use with rock like that. So then, to make sure it stays really good, is I do this fancy twist in the middle on each side. So then not only that, it makes it cute, it actually tightens up my string. So now see, it's tightened in there. Let me move it down. Boy, it'd be kind of neat to put some writing on that one, huh? All right, I have a little bit of this left. So I am going to add some beads. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna put them together and put a bead in there that has a big hole, like that. Right? And I do have a lot left, but sometimes if you don't have enough, it's not good. So I am going to go ahead and finish it off by using this copper wire. This copper, what's it called? So now I really like this. I am going to put that in there. It's a little plasticky and maybe it will hold up. We're not sure. I'm going to try it. I'm going to use some silver dead soft wire. Let's go ahead and put this wire in here. All right, and twist to connect it. So that's a good little bead, and now I'm going to use this ring. I've had this ring for years. Now some of the stuff that I'm making, I don't want to sell because they're my personal items that I'm hanging up to remember. And you know, you have them in a drawer, you don't see them. But when they're hanging up on a rain chain outside and you go wandering around looking and you remember that's your ring, or that's, you know, a brooch somebody gave you, or your grandmother had that, you know, so you got something you can look at and enjoy. So I'm wrapping this all the way around, making a kind of a little hat for this guy. So it's on that ring. See, look at that. Different. I'm gonna scoot it down, scoot, scoot, scoot. I gotta make room. Start working on some more stuff. Okay, now I'm gonna use some regular heavy duty, it's called dark annealed wire. And matter of fact, and it's hard to cut. See, it's a little harder to cut than that other. You have to push it really hard. And it makes my hands dirty, but you know, you can clean it if you want to. You know, I do this, it makes my hands dirty, look. Yee. Oh well, don't worry about it. I wash them. I wash my hands a lot. I think everybody's washing their hands a lot these days. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it around here and continue up there. That is so cool, that ring in there. I bet you got rings that you could put in there too. Matter of fact, there's rings like these too that you can buy at the, or you know, you can get them anywhere. There's probably some in your garage right now. So how I end it is I'll use a nice ring, but you want to have a nice big hole so you can hook it onto something, hang it onto something. I wanted to show you how to do it. So I hope that has helped. I'm going to go out now and hang this up, and then I'll join you in a moment. Here's what it looks like all the way down with the cross on the bottom. So here's the one we made. Now here's a lot of them that I made here recently. This one has a little rock inside that I got from the dollar store. Sea glass, bells on the bottom. Some of them don't have embellishments, but that's okay.
You have been watching Restoring Your Life with author, teacher, and minister Linda Lang. Restoring Your Life is an outreach of Life Application Ministries in Mount Auburn, California. To contact or support this program, visit our website at truthfreeze.org or write Life Application Ministries, P.O. Box 165, Mount Auburn, California, 95656, or call 530-620-4641. Join us next time and continue restoring your life.